Angle it.
So we are still wearing like
All right, we are live. Okay. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay on the microphone. If you're watching, let me know. Back again at City College. What's going on? What up, Mike? What's going on, man? Shout out to Georgia. Back out here again at City College. I am going to be doing a part 2 of Why Women Vote. And apparently there's a lot of activity going on today. A bunch of tables out here, different, I'm guessing something to do with, what is this? Some kind of event where there's a bunch of different like universities for like state colleges. There's like University of California, San Francisco, Sac State, a bunch of different, I think, more four-year colleges that's not City College. So, all right, so the microphone sounds good. What's up, Cindy? All right, cool. All right, so yeah, I'm back out here again. Sac City College. I'm doing a part 2 of Why Women Vote. And like I said, there's a bunch of activity right now today. A bunch of people out right now. So hopefully they'll walk past here. I usually go in my normal spot, but it's crowded over there, so I'm standing right here to hopefully talk to some people and get some conversations going. So we'll see how it goes. So appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you guys hit that like button on both YouTube and Facebook. What's up, Facebook? What up, Vin? It's going well for me. It's going well. Yeah, it's going well. So for all you guys watching on YouTube and Facebook, make sure you guys hit that like button. It definitely does help out, and share this out. So again, back out here today to be asking why women vote. Just trying to get some conversation going and see what's up. So we'll see what happens. So hopefully this doesn't trigger anybody, because it shouldn't be triggering. This is just a simple question, I will even do a segment on why men vote. You know what I mean? What's the most pressing issue? So I'll be out here just asking people, women, why they vote, what's the most pressing issue, and just kind of see what's up. So hopefully we'll go from there and talk to some people. So, but do hit that like button. All right. I know some people might, like I said, some people might get a little bit triggered by this, but it's like, why? I'm not saying anything too provocatory. So make sure I stand back right here and get a little view. So let me know if this is too far. If I'm standing too far, should I move closer? Let me know. Hi.
7 years? Next month. I'm serious. Jack? Hey, Jack.
I'm not saying there's a gang of people out here. There's a gang of people out here.
my math class dropped me because apparently I didn't do enough science. My engineering teacher, I mean, it's just it sucks. But then I have friends who
Yeah, bro, they got everywhere.
All right, so it's gonna be a window of, it's gonna be a little window of people not walking up to me, but that's okay. Hopefully we'll get somebody. I'll be out here for about 2 hours. So I'll be out here for like 2 hours and then wrap it up from there. But like I said, let's see if we can talk to some people. So if you guys have any questions, throw them in the chat so I can ask the students here any follow-ups. Let me try to move back some. Try to stand right here. In a little marker right here. So it should be good. There we go. Hey.
I don't know. I think Sage.
What's up, buddies?
I know Sage wanted to break up. She wanted.
You taking a picture? For what? Which newspaper? For school?
I think Emily is.
No, you guys are good. You're fine. If you want to join in, you can.
Saw them to say where the CD is.
So what's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well.
Good. I write for the school's newspaper. It's called the Sac City Express. Do you mind if I grab your name just to possibly use the photo somewhere?
What's your article going to be about?
I'm not sure yet. I don't have anything going right now. If anything in mind, it'd be like the photo of the day, which is like it goes on the front screen of our page basically, just every day. It's just a quick photo with a caption and things going on around campus.
Do you just take pictures or do you write the story?
I mostly write stories, but I'm just helping out with photos today.
What stories do you write about normally?
It's really different every week. It's literally like a few weeks into school, so I've only written one story so far, which was just about an art gallery that was on campus.
Okay. What do you think about my sign?
I don't know. I don't.
You obviously took a picture of it, right?
Yeah, I think it's cool.
So when you saw this sign, what was the first thing that went through your mind?
I think it's cool that you have a conversation starter and that it gets people talking.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think women vote?
Because they should vote like everyone else. I don't think there should be should women or men vote. It should just be should this person or people be allowed to vote. I don't think you should refine it just to women.
Okay. What is the most pressing issue you think that women vote for?
I'm not sure. I'm not a woman. I can't speak on it.
Do you have to be a woman to know what she votes for?
No, but I'm not educated to speak on it.
Well, I mean, I think you are. So, for example, if I say, who's more emotional, men or women, what would you say?
It doesn't matter. I don't know. A man could be more emotional or a woman.
Right, but the fact that you can still make that determination, you said both men and women, but yeah, you say you're not a woman, but you still spoke on women.
You lost me.
So what I'm basically getting at is that like just because you're not something doesn't mean you can't talk about something.
I get that. I just don't feel comfortable to speak on it. It's not my place.
Why is it not your place?
Because I'm, again, not a woman.
Well, do you have to be a weatherman to know it's raining outside?
No, but I just don't know. I don't think I know enough, so I'm not going to give my opinion. No one needs to hear my opinion anyways. No one wants it.
What do you think the most pressing issue that men vote for?
Men vote for? I don't know, dude.
I mean, you're a man, right?
I am.
So you can't speak on that.
I can, but
When you vote, what's your most pressing issue?
I haven't voted.
Are you old enough to vote?
I am.
But you haven't voted yet?
No.
If you did vote, what would be an issue that you did vote for?
Maybe housing costs. That's probably up there for me.
And why is that the most important issue?
Because I can't afford it.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah. So that's why I'm out here today. My YouTube channel is Today with Julius. I'm just out here talking to people because I've seen stats on how women vote.
Yes, sir.
Since women have gotten the right to vote, it seems like over the decades, they're voting for things that kind of don't favor the country. So abortion is one of them, immigration is one of them, high taxes, soft on crime. It doesn't really seem to fare women well with the way that the voting pattern has been since majority of women in America vote Democrat. And usually Democrats, I'm not saying Republicans are better, I'm saying that Democrats usually have worse policies than Republicans do. Like I said, soft on crime, abortion, housing, as you mentioned. So I'm just curious to know like why women vote and what is the most pressing issue that they vote on. So, because ABC did a stat, or they showed this kind of comparison. It was like this 2018 midterms. They showed if men only voted versus women only voted, women voted in favor of Democrat, whereas men voted in favor of Republican. So it seems like women always kind of vote for more government, whereas men tend to vote for less government. So do you agree with that or disagree?
I haven't seen it, but I think just going from my observations, I could agree with that.
Okay. Yeah. See, so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm not a woman, but I can still talk about it. What's up, ladies? What do you guys think?
Sorry?
What do you guys think?
Why women vote?
Yeah.
Uh,
Like,
in what terms? Like why do we choose to vote? Or
yeah. So I'm asking women, like, what's the most pressing issue that they vote on? Why they vote on it? I'm just kind of curious to know, like, why women vote. What is the most important thing? You guys want to come in and talk about it? The water's fine, I promise.
I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure.
Do you vote?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm registered, but I haven't voted yet.
So you're not gonna vote this election?
I will be voting this election.
Yeah. So come on in. Come on. Hey, I'm out here, right? So I'm embarrassing myself, so we can be embarrassed together.
I don't know. I feel like
I'll
anything political,
ask
like,
simple.
I'm kind of nervous to put my word into it.
I'll ask simple questions. And that's it. I'm not like trying to debate. I'm just trying to get people's perspective on how they vote. I promise it's fine. It'll be harmless.
I'll do like one
I
question.
I have a chopping stick for a microphone. That's how.
I'll do one question from here.
Yeah, come on in. Come on. You're fine. All right, let's make sure I got you. All right, so let me just ask you this. You said that you're registered to vote,
Yes.
and you're going to vote this election.
Mm-hmm.
And who are you voting for?
I'll be voting for Kamala Harris.
Okay. And why are you voting for Kamala?
I agree with some of the policies that she's planning to do for this country. I'm not the most like educated on everything, but from what I have heard, I do think that it's a better step into the direction that we want to take for this country. So I know that her policies on banning like assault weapons is really important. I know that she's gonna put more funding into. What was she going to put more funding into? Honestly, I'm not too sure, but I know she's trying to lower costs for like living and like housing. So I think stuff like that's really important with everything that's happening in the economy right now.
Okay.
So I'd say those are kind of like my biggest reasons right now.
Okay. You said she was going to ban assault weapons.
Or I think it was automatics. Yeah, I think something about that she mentioned. Again, I'm not entirely sure.
What do you think about the fact that she said she has guns?
I do think owning guns is fine, but obviously she wants to put a ban on like more specific types of weapons, like like obviously like automatics. Like I don't see the point in like having more dangerous weapons like that. Obviously, when it comes to the owner of the gun, they have that responsibility, but when you put those types of weapons in the hands of people who can't be trusted, then I think that's what makes it more dangerous.
Do you think that the government can be trusted with those kind of weapons?
To an extent. I mean, I don't really have a viewpoint on like governments like mishandling weapons and stuff like that, but I do think it's okay for them to have those types of weapons in regards to like defending this country.
What about like police brutality? Like if a black person does something wrong, should the government just bust out like an automatic and just shoot him?
No.
So you don't trust the government with guns then, right?
Yeah, that's why I mean, like, to an extent, I think it really just depends on like how they're being used. So I think that it really just comes down to the responsibility of how people treat them.
Yeah. So if gun owners were responsible, then why would there be a problem to own any gun if they're responsible?
I mean, if they are responsible, then obviously I don't think there's a problem.
Yeah.
But
So we shouldn't ban it, right?
we shouldn't ban like all guns. I think what Kamala is trying to do is that she's trying to ban use on like specific guns like the automatics.
Yeah.
Just for the safety of people who may not be trusted to handle those guns.
Well, most people own handguns, right? Yeah,
yes.
they're automatic too. You shoot them, they can shoot like bullets, rapid fire, things
Yeah.
like that. So are those fine?
I think they're fine. Yeah.
So how would that be any different than like an AR-15?
I'll be honest, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't want to be like talking and speaking about my opinion on things I don't really know. So I'll be honest, I don't know.
No, that's totally fine. Why not Donald Trump?
Honestly, I don't really have like the greatest response to that, but I think a lot of people weren't really happy with some of the stuff that he was talking about during his term as a president, and
Like what, for example?
I think a lot of the oh man, I'm embarrassing myself, aren't I?
No, I'm just curious.
I mean, I don't
because-
have anything against Trump or if you vote for him. And I'm not really focused on politics. I kind of just follow along with like what I hear on the news. Like I don't put enough time into understanding everything that's going on.
Yeah.
So I don't really have a great answer for that, but
'Cause politicians can say like crazy stuff all the
Yeah,
time. Like,
yeah, it
Kamala
happens.
Harris once said that 18 and 24-year-olds were stupid. Is that good to say?
Not necessarily. I think.
So I mean, people say things like dumb
people,
things.
people say stuff. Yeah, you're not gonna have a perfect politician.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would just encourage that. Like I said, I'm not a Trump guy or Kamala.
Yeah.
Kamala, I mean, I would just encourage you to go on like Trump's website and look at his policies
Okay.
and compare
Yeah,
that
totally.
to Kamala's policies
Right.
and make a determination from there. If you listen to what the news say, they're gonna say vote her because this guy
Right.
sucks.
They're gonna push very specific views, and I think that's important for like, especially for our generation. I think it's important to look on both sides of things, which is why I say like, I don't want to say or put out an opinion that I don't know fully about him. Yeah. So.
So I would just encourage you to look at both sides.
Yeah.
Because the news is like, oh, Trump's racist, but
Yeah.
Kamala is so great because she's black. You're like,
Yeah.
is she black?
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? So I would just say, like, look at both sides.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
I appreciate it. You want to say anything? Come on. She did it, so your turn, right? Come on. We're all in this together, right?
You gotta join the conversation.
You're voting, right?
Are you registered to vote?
I am registered.
Okay.
I don't think I'm voting.
Not gonna vote? I may not either. So. Yeah. I have a different reason for me, but why are you not gonna vote?
Because it's like, I don't agree with either or. I'm more in the middle. I think that's like the most basic answer I can give you. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't really agree with any of them.
You wanna come in?
There's-
Come on.
You got you.
Yeah, come on in. So let me just ask you this. So you said that you're not voting,
No.
and what's your reason for not voting?
I feel like it's just a lot of things going on right now between both parties where it's like, I'm not Republican or I'm Democratic. Like, I'm just more of like,
Like moderate?
yeah, like in the middle
Okay.
is the best I can put it. Like, just, I don't.
Why would you not vote for Kamala?
Obviously, there's like bias about her because she's a woman. If she were to run for president, she'd be the first woman to run for president type of thing. And it's like, like I said, I don't really agree with some of her policies. I think the only thing that I can really think of that would kind of be controversial is like the ban of, what is it, like
The weapons,
abortions
yeah, or
and stuff
abortion,
too.
yeah.
Like, she obviously is for that, like not for banning, but she's more for like, have it open as like an open resource type
And
of
she wants to
thing.
put it back to the federal. She wants to open it back federally,
Yeah.
and then Trump was the one whose Supreme Court did it back to the states. So are you okay with federal or state?
I feel like federal because I know that Texas has it banned, and it sucks because it's like, why is a man saying that we should ban all abortions when they're not the one with a uterus? Like, they don't know how it is with a uterus. Like, what if the woman had, it's a medical issue and like she has to abort it or else it's gonna, potentially kill her or something like that,
What if she had irresponsible sex and said, I don't want to be a mother? Should she kill it?
I mean, that's on her, to be honest. It's like,
It's not really about the extremes. It's just about
It's like
she
if-
can because she can.
yeah,
It's a
exactly. It's
personal
it's a
choice.
personal choice, That's why
Wouldn't that be-
pro-choice is. It's like, it's
Yeah.
more personal choice.
Well, wouldn't the bigger problem just be irresponsible sex?
Yes.
Not so much access to abortion? Because most abortions happen electively, not because of like extreme cases.
Yeah.
So if we're banning abortions, shouldn't that put more responsibility on people to not have sex out of wedlock?
That's true.
At that point, you're just taking a life then, right?
Basically, yeah.
So we shouldn't take a life, right?
But it's just like a choice, pro-choice. Like, I'm not like an extreme like pro-life, like, oh, you're killing a life. It's just more of like, you have the choice. You can either keep it or you don't. Be responsible or be an idiot. That's all on them. Like, I just have my own preference on like my own body,
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna go out and stand outside of like an abortion clinic and tell every single one of these women, like, you're killing a life. Jesus loves you. Jesus is not gonna accept you if this and that. More of like religion type of thing. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to do that.
Well, you know that a lot of these people that go in front of abortion, just on a little side note, people who go in front of the abortion clinic are not screaming at women. They're actually trying to help women. There's like pro-life OGBYNs that go in and say, hey, I can help you out and give you the right care versus taking a life. You know what I mean? So there's a woman, I forget where this happened at, but there was like 30 cars going to the abortion clinic. One woman had the help of the pro-life OGBYN. She gave her all the information, all the access, resources, and they went with her. So they were able to save a life, but the other 29 women kind of just went and got an abortion. just because they
See,
could.
that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
So there is like positives and negatives for like both sides, you know.
Yeah.
Which I said I'm in the middle. I'm not gonna like get angry and get mad about people that are like pro-life yelling in my face or someone else's face, because that's not I'm not in that spot to really, you know.
A lot of the time, you'll see. I'm just being real. You'll see majority like pro-choicers who are like screaming at the pro-lifers.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're
I think it's
wrong.
just this generation mainly, because it's like a lot of us.
It's been happening for decades, for every generation.
Yeah. But I feel like a lot of the people now in this year is like they always just look at social media outlets and they don't really do their own research. In which that's why I'm open to hearing what you like are saying right now, because like I mean I didn't even know that there was like that lady, the pro-life OBGYN.
There's plenty of them too. Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that I think the news doesn't do, the news sells you on like just their bias. You know what I mean? They're saying vote this way. Donald Trump's racist. You rarely see anything about Kamala. Like you rarely see anything bad
She's a
about
woman,
her.
And people are like, oh, she's a woman. She, you know, knows
Person of
better.
color. Yeah. Even though she's been vice president for the past 3.5 years,
Yeah.
what has she really done? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how could she be president if she hasn't done much as vice president?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So let me just ask you, why would you be not voting for Trump?
Honestly, I would have to do more research on him, because a lot of the things that I've seen recently has been more of about like Project 2025 and like all the things, and like it just looked bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, do I really want that as my president? But when he was running, obviously gas prices were a lot more lower.
When he
and
was president?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. What if I told you that Donald Trump disavowed Project 2025 multiple times? Like he totally disavowed it. Matter of fact, it came from the Heritage Foundation. And the Heritage Foundation is the same foundation that wrote a policy for Obamacare. Obama used Obamacare based on the Heritage Foundation's policies. So they kind of do it for both sides. But the media wants you to think that Trump is like attached to this when he
Like, he's,
disavowed
like,
it multiple times.
like funding it and like, well, I don't know if he is or isn't, but
No, he's not. He literally disavowed it multiple times. He's like, I'm not a part of this. This is ridiculous. He has this thing called Agenda 47. Now, some like Project 2025, I can agree with some of it, but I'm still looking at like who's behind it, because I just have a whole rabbit hole about that.
It's like 3 like men that are behind it.
Why? I know who's behind it, but I can't say because they'll label me anti-Semitic. But anyways, whole different story. Thing is, but he disavowed it so many times. But the media will keep like Kamala, she'll keep honing in on that he's doing that, but he disavowed it multiple times. So isn't that like disingenuous for the media to keep saying that as if like that's the reason to not vote for him when he wants nothing to do with it? You know what I mean? So that's why I say just do your own research. But the media will tell you one thing, and you're like, yeah, I believe it. And you just go vote for Kamala, and the country goes to crap. And you're like, maybe Trump wasn't that bad.
Yeah, and then they wonder why it's going to crap. Like, because you guys didn't do research. You gotta do your research.
So are you gonna think about voting now?
See, now it's just like, do I want to help out and like, you know, because every vote matters type of thing, you know? I don't know. I'd have to think about it. When is election? Hold on.
November 5th?
Yeah, it's like
5th,
early
6th,
November.
something
Yeah.
like that? Something like that. I know it's on a Tuesday, right?
On a Tuesday.
I got that part right.
I couldn't tell you.
I'll
yeah.
think about it, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. Like I said, I have my issues with Trump.
Yeah.
I definitely have my issues with Kamala. But I just think it's important to kind of see both sides and make your determination based on your values. You know what I mean? So that's all I hope for. I appreciate you guys talking to me. Take it easy, all right? God bless you guys.
You too.
Could I grab everyone's name real quick for the school newspaper?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm Maddie.
Maddie, if you guys want, you could just type it in real quick. Thank you. I appreciate
Julius for me.
it. Julius?
Yeah,
What was
J-U.
that?
You can just put Julius.
And
Yeah.
did you have a YouTube channel or something?
Yeah, Today with Julius.
Today with Julius?
Yeah,
Okay.
Julius. If you guys want to find me too, it's Today with Julius on YouTube.
Do you guys have last names? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
I appreciate you guys though. Thank you. All right. Cool. Let's see what my chat is saying.
How many viewers do you have?
I haven't gone live in a long time. I'm busy with other
you, guys.
stuff, so usually when I post the clips, they get. See you guys. Have a good one. God bless. Yeah, usually when I post the clips, they like get more traction. But I haven't gone live like that in a long time. So
What platform are you?
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
That's
So.
nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, nice to meet you. Thanks for the
What was your name?
conversation. I'm Matt.
Matt.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, man. All right.
Have a good
Take it
day.
easy. God bless, man. All right, that was a good conversation. That was good. That was a good, that was a good one. I really enjoyed that conversation. Hopefully we'll get more like that. Let me read some of the chat here. See what you guys got. Jerry said because we pay taxes too. So it's the shooter, not the gun, as we all know. If you don't know what's going on, why are you voting? Yeah. All valid points, man. So, like I said, hopefully we get some more conversations going. Those two were really good. I'm gonna clip those in good faith. Not that I ever do bad faith clips, but I'm gonna clip those in good faith. I'm gonna clip that one into like a whole segment rather than just like a little 60-second clip. I'm gonna post it as a whole segment. That was a good conversation. Something flew in my nose when I was talking too. So, all right. Anyways, let's get back to it. Hopefully, we can talk to some more people. Ugh. I need some water out here. You weren't filming me, were you? I thought she was filming me. I saw this chick pointing the phone at me. I thought she was filming me. All right. Whew. The sun's starting to come out. I don't want to get too blinded. I gotta get in the shade more. Ah, there we go. The sun's like blinding my eye right now. There's still a bunch of people out here at all these tables for these universities. I think these are just what's behind me is a bunch of whatchamacallit. I see a bunch of tables out here. So it's like recruitments for universities. So hi. Did I talk to you last time? Yeah. Okay. No, you get. I just wondered. I didn't want to mistake you for somebody else. Alright. Man, something flew in my nose and it's like itching right here. I felt it when I was talking to that girl. I was like, oh, my nose is itching so bad. Alright. Like I said, man, appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you guys like the video. Share this out too if you want to share this out. I really appreciate that. It definitely does help out. Hi. How you doing? Alright. I need some water. Alright. Let's check here. Alright. Like I said, it's always going to be a window where people are not going to talk to me. Or not that they won't not talk to me, but there's just going to be a window where people kind of walk past. So just bear with me on that. We'll get some people, hopefully. What's up, ladies? How you guys doing? Hello. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing fine.
What do you guys think?
Huh?
What do you guys think of my sign?
We actually have to get somewhere. Yeah, we
Oh, I was just asking what you guys think. That's all. I'm just asking.
Oh, there's a lot to be said about that.
Oh.
But we're on the see where we were here and now we're down there. We're
Gotcha.
Jehovah's Witnesses.
No worries.
But
No, it's all good. God bless.
Have a good day.
You too. Whew, man, that sun is like beaming on me. It is beaming on me. All right, hopefully we can get some more people to talk to. My ear is itching too. Ugh. There's not something wrong with me. My nose is itchy, my ears is itchy. Ugh. Hello. Some people see my sign and just kind of shake their head, so it's funny. Let me make sure I'm still in the right view, right angle. Oh, that sun is like killing me right now. Oh man, this is gonna be a long window of people trying to talk to me because they're also occupied over there. I'll probably end up moving in a little bit. Be smack dab in the middle. What's up, ladies? I probably will move in a second so I can be more smack dab in the middle. Get right in the lion's den. What's up, Aaron? Good to see you here, buddy. I'm just talking to people, just asking women why, doing the subject of why women vote. Curious to see what the perspective is on that. So hopefully we'll get some people to talk to. There's like I said earlier, there's like a university recruitment going on. So it's like lots of people on this side. So I'm trying to get when I see folks walking over here, I'm gonna try to talk to them. Try to see what's up. I'll probably end up moving to get more in like the lion's den. Put myself more where traffic is. Trying to get somebody to talk to me over here. I almost want to just move. I want to just like move to like a different area so I can really kind of be amongst all the people. Hello. What do you think? She saw her walk fast. I was moving away from the sun. What the heck? Yo, what is this about? They have a thing over here that says LGBTQ minor. I'm like, what does that mean? What's up, ladies? What you guys know? What do you guys think about this?
Why would we vote?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I was trying to get women's thoughts on like why they vote, what they vote on, what's the most important issue.
Oh,
Do you vote?
no, not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Are you over 18?
I think I'm going to this year.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, who you gonna vote for?
I'm gonna vote for Trump.
You are? Yeah. Want to come in real quick? Just like real quick, just real quick.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. No, real quick. Come here. Okay. I can get you in frame. A little closer.
Okay.
Okay. And just a little closer.
Okay.
And you say you're voting for Trump?
Yes.
Why are you voting for Trump?
Because I just agree with like his policies and what he wants to do for the country.
Okay. What's one policy that you like of his?
I don't know too much. I'm not super educated. So I don't know like a specific policy off the top of my head. I just have seen, I'm not sure, honestly. I can't answer that super well. I'm not really educated. I think it's more so just kind of like what I've grown up with.
Okay.
And what my parents have told me and the people that I surround myself with, we all kind of agree with like the same idea,
Okay.
kind of like morals,
Yeah.
and what we want as we grow up.
Okay.
And so I can't have a specific policy, but I just kind of like the way that like he has, I guess like, I don't know, just what he thinks like for the country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as a woman voter, what's the most important issue to you?
I would say the economy.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I women's, rights and issues, those are really important, but I think with the state that the country's in right now, that's something that it's important, but I think we need to focus on all of us as a whole rather than what divides us, versus like men or women or, like what we identify sexually, stuff like that. It's all important, sure, but I think we should focus on what brings us together rather than what differentiates us.
Okay. All right. I appreciate you.
Thank
you.
you.
Have a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
one.
you too.
God bless. All right. Not too bad. She had like a little bit of time, so I didn't want to like take away too much of her time. So, what we got in here? Oh, what's up, Nick? We got Nick in here. What up, Sean? We got Brant in here. What's up, Brant? Let me see. Pillar 19. Asked if she likes his stance on abortion. Oh yeah, I know. She only had a little bit of time, so I couldn't ask her that. Of course, she likes his stance. Other than, yeah. No, that was good, dude. You guys missed it. You guys missed the two chicks I had earlier. They were actually pretty cool. I'll post that clip once I'm done with this one. But the first two girls were actually pretty cool. So, but yo, get this. So, I'm right across from this thing, right? So I'm sitting right here. There's a table right across from me, and on the table it says LGBTQ minor. I'm like, what does that even mean? And so right behind me there's a university. All these tables of universities are doing recruitments, And so you got like San Francisco, Cal State, Sac State, and many others. Excuse me, and they're doing recruitments. And so the table next to me is talking about LGBTQ minors. And I'm like, what does that even mean? And it's like gender studies and things like that. So I'm like, I don't know what that means. But hopefully we get some more people to talk to us. So we'll see. Hi. How you guys doing? No, both of you guys. I was asking both of you guys. I was going to say, what do you guys think? Yeah. I'm asking women, like, why they vote. What's the most important issue? You want to talk about it? The water's fine. Come on. Hey, I'm out here, right? So we can be embarrassed together.
Sure.
All right, let me make sure I just got you in frame and just come. A little closer. Okay. So, do you vote?
Not yet. I'm about to. So.
Who are you voting for?
I'm not sure yet. But it's probably, I'm most definitely voting for Harris. Maybe, yeah.
For Kamala?
Yeah.
Why are you voting for Kamala?
More like, cause I don't know if you heard like the rule of like with Trump and stuff, like the whole immigration thing. It's a whole bunch of like crazy stuff that I've seen like on social media about him, and it's like creeping me out kind of. And
What do you mean? What did you see about immigration with Trump?
that he's just like not letting people pass over here, like trying to complete a dream, like pass for Mexico or anywhere else in the world, more especially me as a Hispanic person, it kind of hurts because he was disrespecting us, calling us like how different each and every race eats different kinds of things. For example, like he was disrespecting about, I guess, Hispanic people. I guess they were eating like animals, I guess.
You mean the whole Haitians thing?
Yeah, that too. Yeah, he mentioned, I guess, Hispanics as well about that. Yeah.
What if I told you that Trump actually wants to give a green card to foreign students?
Well, that would be pretty cool, though. Honestly. Yeah.
That's his position. He said in an interview multiple times actually that he actually wants to give green cards to foreign students so that I guess they can have like a dual citizenship.
Yeah.
So he's for legal immigration, just not illegal immigration.
Right.
So what do you think about that?
Well, that would be pretty cool because it's like later on, it's like they can like figure something out later on, get like papers, and then probably help like family members so they can cross over here as well.
Yeah. So with that in mind, I mean, you can do your own research.
Right.
But does that change your mind about who you're going to vote for? Not trying to sway you towards Trump, just saying like knowing that information, would that kind of like change your way of voting?
Yeah, maybe it'll probably change my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what is the most important issue for you as a woman when you vote?
I don't know. Probably, I wouldn't know actually. Yeah, I feel like it'll depend.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about like abortion?
That, I mean, I feel like that'll depend too because it's like a lot of people have their own beliefs, Like, for example, like me, it's like I'm between both because it's like it's not up to me, it's up to them, you know. But if it's like for me, like I wouldn't abort it because it's like a child, it's a living thing that's growing inside of a woman.
Okay. But you wouldn't know what the most important issue for you is? Like, is it economy? Is it abortion? Is it immigration?
No, I wouldn't know yet.
Oh, okay. And then you said with Kamala, what's Kamala's position on immigration?
It's the same thing with her, but it's just that she tries to find the thing in a more safe manner, I guess. Yeah.
Like safe how?
Like, I don't know, for example. But it's like, it's because, for example, with Trump, he tries to like ban it, like the abortion thing, and then with Kamala, she doesn't, because it'll be more like a free will, and then it's like Trump, he wants to like ban abortion.
Well, Trump is actually for abortion. He's for abortion in the cases of sexual assault and incest and life of the mother.
Well, yeah, that too.
He supports it up to like 20 weeks.
Well,
so
that too.
how is he going to ban something that he supports?
Well, I don't know. It's more like on his own opinion,
Do you think that you're kind of just looking on social media at what people are saying
Probably.
and not what his actual policy is?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So I would encourage you just do your own research. Not trying to sway you towards the other side, but just want to do your own research.
For sure.
The reason why I ask this question is because I noticed that a lot of voters, especially women, kind of tend to vote in favor based on their emotions. So they vote for Kamala because she's a woman, person of color,
Right.
she supports abortion, all that, things like that. And so they vote that way simply because of like who she is versus what she's done for the country.
Right.
And then they'll say Trump bad because news said he's bad.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, I feel like it also depends because it's like on how people like talk about him and talk about other people, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. For example, like a lot of my family members, they go for like Trump because it's like on how he is and who he is and how like he seems like strict. I'm like, okay, like that's your own belief, you know?
So your family is against him or for him?
They're more like for him, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're just not?
I don't know. I'm just like depending on it still. Yeah, I'm still like debating it. Yeah.
I would just encourage you look at both policies,
Right.
look at Trump policies compared to Kamala's, and make a decision based on that.
Right.
So, yeah. Well, I appreciate you talking to me.
Thank you.
Have a good one. God bless.
you too.
That was a good conversation. Yeah. It's fascinating stuff. Fascinating stuff. What's up, ladies? How you guys doing? What do you guys think? You want to give your take on it? I would love to hear your perspective. Are you sure? Like 5 minutes. Come on. All right. I should be a salesman. I should be a salesman. Like, you want to buy this car? Come on, you don't want to buy this car, right? What's up, ladies? What do you guys think? What do you guys think of my sign? What? Do you guys vote?
Yeah, I'm voting this year. It's my first year.
Oh, really? You want to talk about it real quick? I promise the water's fine.
I'm good.
Just like 5 minutes.
I love good too.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Come on.
Last too, so.
Me too. I'm just kidding. All right, guys. Take care. All right. It's fun out here sometimes, you know? It can be fun. Let me see what you guys are saying. I be trying out here, man. I be trying. Making a difference. I appreciate that. Amazing how none of them are educated on anything, but they're gonna vote. I know. That's what's crazy about it. So that's why I'm trying to get their perspective. Cause I'm like, maybe you should do a little bit of research before you go and vote. If you know nothing, why would you vote? I'm gonna definitely clip these, and I'm gonna definitely put it on, on my page. So I can't wait to go home and edit these. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna definitely download this when I get home and do all the editing once I get home. Oh, she turned around real quick. She saw my sign and said, whoop. So far, I got some good conversations, though. I got like 3, 4. I got four people to talk so far. It's not bad. So, we'll get some more people. Let me see what you guys are saying. They know just enough to be dangerous. Dude, you're telling me. What a quote. They know enough just to be dangerous. That's wild. So, but yeah, we'll try to get some more people to talk to and try to see what's up. Some see my sign though, they like roll their eyes. I'm like, okay. Hi, what do you think of my sign? Any opinions? Okay. Hi, what do you think? I'm asking women like why they vote and what's the most important issue to them. Are you gonna vote this year? Are you not gonna vote? Why not?
I don't like either of the candidates.
Oh, really? You want to talk about it? You sure? Like 5 minutes. That's it. You scared? I'm scared too. Let's be scared together. All right. Have a good one, guys. What's up, guys? I'm live. Yeah. Why? You guys have an opinion on this or something? You sure? I'm asking why women vote. Yeah. Ugh. It'd be cool to get like a couple too, like a boyfriend girlfriend, get their perspective. That'd be pretty cool. But I'm out here trying, man. I'm trying, trying to get some folks out here, trying to sell them on things. They say things like, "I'm embarrassed, I'm scared." I'm like, "Hey, I'm scared too. Let's be scared together." I really should get a job as a car salesman. What's up, ladies? Oh, man, there's still a lot of people out. A lot of people out. So hopefully we get some more combos. Hi. What's up, ladies? What do you guys think about this sign? Any opinions? Do you guys vote?
Well, we just turned 18.
So are you guys going to vote this year? Are you going to vote? Who you guys voting for? You want to talk about it real quick? I'll be curious to get your perspective. I promise the water's fine. You nervous? I'm nervous too. My heart is like beating fast right now. I'm always nervous. We can be nervous together. So right now I'm live on YouTube and Facebook, and I'm getting the perspective of students to asking like why women vote, what's the most important issue, and why is that the most important issue. Just trying to understand the modern society today. I promise it'll be harmless. Yeah, come on in. It's fine. All right, let me make sure I got you in frame real quick.
I don't want to be on camera. I'll just be right here.
That's totally fine. That's fine. Okay, so you just turned 18?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna vote this year?
Yeah.
And who you voting for?
Kamala Harris.
And why are you voting for Kamala?
Well, because my family is immigrants, and I feel like it aligns, like her policies more aligned with like my situation and like my family situation. So yeah.
Okay. And do you think that Trump's policies, immigration policy, doesn't align with your values?
Yeah, I guess so. But it's also not just that. It's also that I guess like I feel like his campaign is more towards like upper class, middle class, and I'm kind of like lower class, so
yeah. Well, I think Trump doesn't favor any like particular class. I think he talks to all people. I mean, if you watch enough of his interviews and his campaign, he talks to all people. Matter of fact, Trump supports legal immigration, just not illegal immigration. Whereas Kamala Harris, they let in a bunch of people. And matter of fact, that was actually Biden's position in 2020, was to have open borders. And usually when you have open borders, you get like some good people, some bad people, drugs come in, trafficking, and it's not good for young women and children when they're getting forced abortions, they're getting sexual assaults, all of that. So Trump does support immigration, just legal, just not illegal. But Kamala's for open borders, and we have no idea who's coming in when people come in just at the woodworks. Matter of fact, there was a woman named, you ever heard of Lincoln Riley?
I don't know her.
Yeah, so she was actually killed by an illegal alien who was actually here, I believe, in 2021. So it's like
So
open.
what does your sign mean? Why
So,
women vote?
yeah, so I'm asking why women vote because I noticed that since women got the right to vote, statistically they tend to vote Democrat, and Democrat policies are not the best. They're for soft on crime, they're for open borders, they're for abortion. The housing's not good. So I'm not saying the other side is better, like Republicans are better. I'm just saying that Democrats have worse policies than Republicans do. And so I'm curious to know,
Well, I mean,
like,
that's your opinion, I guess. So.
well, no, it's actually Pew Research shows this. Pew Research shows that women overwhelmingly vote Democrat. So that's why I'm curious to know, like, why women vote
Well, I
and
mean,
what do
I
they
know
vote for.
More women vote Democrat and more men are voting conservative. I know that. But I mean, I guess it's an opinion to say that Trump's policies are better than.
Oh, no, I didn't say that they were better. I was just saying that I never once said they're better. I was saying that he supports immigration, but legal, just not illegal. Whereas Kamala's campaign, or Kamala and Biden, they're for open borders. And open borders is usually not good because you don't know who's coming in.
Well, okay. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say about that.
Well, so as a woman voter, what's the most important issue to you?
Well, for me, I guess the most important issue to me is that, I don't know, like healthcare and, well, I guess equal rights or like at least equity. So,
Do you think that men and women are not equal?
well, I mean, it depends on like what you're talking about.
Yeah, like what when you say equal rights, like what does that mean? Equal rights?
Well, I mean, I guess they get the same pay, they get the same benefits and like jobs.
Women do. They actually get
I mean,
paid.
sometimes they don't. There's been instances where they don't.
Yeah, well, companies that do that are actually violating the law. It's a law that they cannot pay anybody, women differently, or men differently at that matter too. That's the actual law. So if any company does that, they're violating the law. So women do get the same pay as men. But any company that abuses that should be called out for it.
Okay, well, yeah, I agree that they should be called out for, but it still happens regardless.
Yeah, but that's not because of like a policy. That's just that company abusing the law.
Well, I guess the company has too much power then.
Yeah, we should be calling all companies out, right? Even when they pay men less, right?
Well, yeah.
So, for example, if you look at the fashion industry, women get paid more than men in the fashion industry.
Oh, I didn't know that, but okay, that's a good example, I guess.
So we should call it the fashion industry too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be like equal, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what other pressing issues would be like for you as a woman?
Well, I don't know. I guess just like, well, not just as a woman, but like as a daughter of immigrants, I feel like issues like, I don't know, like have to do with discrimination and things like that are important to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are the type of issues that I care about. And I find that conservative values don't really care about that. And I'm also a history major, so I care a lot about like history. And I find that usually, like, when I see conservative like media, they usually like say, oh, it's like a thing of the past, so it doesn't really matter. But like
what for example, like what do you mean?
well, I mean, usually they say like I don't know, like when someone complains about like, I don't know, for example, like affirmative action, or like, oh, why is affirmative action like why do people need affirmative action when like racism already, I mean, like segregation already like passed?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like if I had a job and I say I want to hire only white people, only white men, is that good or bad?
That's not what happens with affirmative action, though.
No, but I'm saying, but that's kind of like what the gist of it is. Affirmative action gives people special rights based on their skin color, not based on their merit.
Well, I mean, affirmative action is also like a way that people because like slavery and segregation had like a lot of effects on the black community and like
and white people too. There are white people that were slaves too.
Well, not in America.
Mm-hmm. They were white slaves in America too.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Irish, a lot of their ancestors were enslaved.
Slavery, though.
They were enslaved though. Like literally, they were enslaved. They're people who were Irish.
I know they were treated bad, but it wasn't
The word slavery came from their ancestors because they called them Slavs. So that's like they called
Well,
them.
I know that, but I didn't know that they were enslaved. I would have to look that up.
Yeah, I would encourage you to do research on that. Yeah, I'm not saying that blacks weren't mistreated, but I'm saying that there were whites who were also mistreated as well.
Okay. Well, I guess I have to go now because it's
All right.
late.
No, I appreciate you talking to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Who's next?
Thank you. You guys want to come in? Yeah, come on in. Come on in. Let me make sure I got you in frame. So, as a woman, do you vote?
Yes, I do vote.
Okay, and then who you voting for this year?
Kamala Harris.
Man, why are you voting for Kamala?
Because I'm ready to have a woman as president already, and also she protects a woman's right to make a decision about her own body, and we're not going back.
When you say we're not going back, what do you mean? Going back to what?
To the troubles in the past, in terms of racism, sexism, back when abortion was illegal.
And who's going to take you back to that?
Donald Trump.
Did he do that in his first presidency?
No, he didn't yet. But sometimes he's scary. That scares us into thinking he might.
Well, in the first presidency, he didn't do any of that kind of stuff at all. Matter of fact, he was actually more in favor with the minorities, like with jobs and things like that, opportunity zones for blacks, things like that. So he didn't take anybody back in his first presidency. Why do you think he'll do that now?
It's like, I just don't know. Like, I've heard that he wants to ban abortion. I don't know if Harris is just exaggerating that or not, but I think she's a lot better than Donald Trump.
Yeah, Trump supports abortion. He supports abortions for extreme cases like sexual assault, incest, life of the mother up to 20 weeks.
Yeah, what I've heard is that there's some women who've been having miscarriages in states where abortion is illegal, and then the doctors are afraid to treat them by emergency rooms because they're afraid of going to jail, and then these women are bleeding to death in the parking lots.
Are you talking about the Amber Thurman?
What I don't know what Amber Thurman is, but I've heard those words though.
Yeah, so the story that you're talking about was Amber Thurman. She had sex irresponsibly and then went to go get an abortion, but because it's banned in the state she lived in, she went to a different state. That state, because she missed her appointment, they gave her pills instead. So when she took those pills, it took the life of her baby, and the baby was dead inside of her. And so it messed up her body, and then she had to go to the hospital. And then that hospital was being negligent for 20 hours. And then she ended up dying because of it. So it had nothing to do with any kind of law or anything like that. It was just hospital negligence.
Are you sure about that?
I did the research. I'm 100% sure. I read the whole article, read the whole stories, did all the research. 100% sure about it. I actually talked about it on my Instagram.
Yeah, it's like, what if a woman gets pregnant by accident, such as if birth control fails or something like that?
Yeah.
I don't even want anyone banned birth control because I have premenstrual dysphoric disorder. I have to take it even for that.
Yeah.
Which, it's a worse form of premenstrual syndrome. It causes depression symptoms.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't the best form of birth control is to not have sex?
Sex is fun though. Sometimes it can feel good.
I mean, about the
For
same.
real.
Yeah, but isn't it the best form of to not get pregnant? It's just to not have sex.
It's the most effective. Anyways, it's only abstinence is the only birth control method. It's 100% effective. But yeah.
Yeah. Some people find murder fun. Is that fun?
It's not. Murder isn't fun, but I don't think that abortion is murder. And Donald Trump has been saying that women are getting abortion in the 9th month of pregnancy, and that Haitian immigrants are eating people's cats and dogs. I watched the interview, so I know. Yeah,
politicians can say some crazy stuff sometimes. Kamala Harris once said that 18 and 24-year-olds are stupid people. So, I mean, they're always going to say dumb stuff, but policy-wise, that's what matters. So if you look up like Donald Trump's policy versus Kamala's policies, you'll see who's kind of favoring the country more.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So wouldn't it be easier just to kind of do the research versus just listening to what like CNN says?
I do my research too. I do my best. Just like this internet algorithm where it gives you stuff that more of like what it thinks you favor, so it makes it harder to find the truth.
Yeah,
I don't even trust the news or the truth either way.
I agree with you. So just real quick, as a woman, what is the most important issue for you?
One of the things is like abortion rights and things related to economy and stuff like that, and homelessness.
Okay. So abortion, economy, and homelessness?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then with abortion, you believe what?
Is it's like it's okay to get an abortion as long as the limitations, but don't want to get too late or don't. But it's impossible to get an abortion after a 9th month of pregnancy because that's illegal.
Well, in California, it's not. Here in California, you can have an abortion at any point.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's not good, right?
It isn't the best unless it's a life some mother depends on it.
Yeah. Well, usually they do like C-sections, like things like that. They won't just take a life to try to do a C-section to save the mother's life and the baby's life. So what? Just real quick, what is the difference between like a 9th month and like a first trimester?
Well, the baby's a lot more developed and stuff like that, and so close to birth. And the first trimester is just like an embryo, and the pregnancy doesn't really show yet. And a woman may not know she's pregnant for a while. And who would want to have a rapist baby getting bad genes from some asshole like that?
Well, what would you say to all the people? Like, what if there are folks around here who were conceived through sexual assault? Would you tell them that they shouldn't be born?
What
if I was conceived through sexual assault? Should I not have been born?
Well, it's really the mother's decision, anyways, is what I'm saying. But she should get to decide that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think a baby should be, life should be taken based on how they were conceived. I think they still have rights either way they was conceived or through SA or not. I think they should have rights either way.
I know. What I'm saying is just that a woman should get to make that decision.
Okay. So, are you still going to vote Kamala, or are you going to like take time to research both of them and see where you align?
Research both of them, but I'm really leaning towards Kamala.
Just because she's a woman?
It's not just because she's a woman. It's a lot more than that. She's just like so full of enthusiasm and stuff like that, and she knows how to get under Donald Trump's skin. She's smart. She's witty. She's clever. And I freaking love her and wish I could teleport to her and give her a hug.
All right. we'll find a way. I appreciate you talking to me.
Thanks. Have a nice day.
You too. God bless. All right. Did you want to talk? Sure. Okay. What's up? What do you think about this sign?
I don't get it.
I'm asking like why women vote. I'm just trying to understand why they vote. What's the most important issue, and why is that issue important to them?
I guess the answer to that question would be another question. Why do men vote?
Well, I want to know why women vote, because I can easily say why men vote, but I'm curious to know why women vote. That's the topic of today. But to answer your question, men tend to vote in favor of less government, whereas women tend to vote in favor of more government. That was actually done by ABC, where they showed a midterm polling from 2018, and it showed that if women only voted versus men only voted, and it showed that women vote in favor of Democrats, whereas men voted in favor of Republicans. So women tend to vote for more government, while men tend to vote for less government.
I think that women tend to vote for more laws put into place to protect their bodies.
When you say
protect the rights for them to make decisions based on their own body and their bodily functions. Abortion.
So what's in their body?
It's more about like what could be in their body. So like a fetus, definitely.
Yeah. So you're saying that a baby is in their body?
Not all the time.
What do you mean not all the time? When's the baby not in her body?
Do I have to explain the concept of pregnancy and how it works to you, or?
Well, could you say that not all the time? So I'm asking like, when's the baby not in her body?
When she's not pregnant.
So what's the whole point of the abortion? If she's not pregnant, there's no baby, then what are they aborting?
So the point of abortion is put in place so when women want to have an abortion, when they do get pregnant, they can.
Yeah. Well, you said it's over their own bodies. So I'm saying like what's in their bodies, and you said fetuses, right? So there is some body in their body.
There can be something in their body, yeah.
And that something is a baby? A fetus, according to you?
Yeah, it can be.
So then there's a person in their body, right?
I wouldn't call a fetus a person necessarily.
Well, what does fetus mean?
Are you, like the Latin derivative?
Yeah, what does it mean?
Little human.
So human, right?
Yeah.
So there is a human in their body.
According to the Latin derivative, yeah.
What's the word you use? So if you are using that word, and according to the Latin word, there is a human in their body, right?
Uh-huh.
Right. So is it control over their bodies or control over somebody else's body?
I would say their body still.
So they have 20 fingers?
I wouldn't say that, no.
Do they have 2 heads?
No.
So then how is it their bodies if it's somebody else's body?
Well, it's not completely formed yet. Upon contraception, a baby is just a clump of cells.
Well, how about at 9 months?
At 9 months? Okay, well, there's got to be a limit on something.
Well,
I wouldn't say.
why is there a limit?
Well, why is there a limit? Because at 9 months, that baby's almost like fully formed.
So then what is it at 8 months?
A month away from almost being fully formed.
How about 7?
2 months away from almost being fully formed.
How about 5?
Ooh, you're trying to trip me up on math here. You know that's not my strong suit.
I'm just you said 9 months would be bad, but what's the difference between 9 months and 5?
Honestly, if it were my opinion, I think it should be eligible until a baby could survive outside of the womb on its own.
Okay, so you think we should take the baby's life?
Yeah.
And that's not murder?
No.
How's it not murder?
Because the baby wouldn't be able to survive on its own.
All right, but you keep saying baby.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. If, let's say, a woman had a baby and the baby's 1 month old outside of the womb, can she just leave that baby to itself? Like, can she not feed the baby for a month?
Is it going to survive?
Well, it needs nourishments.
Is someone else going to nourish it?
Well, that's the point, right? So if there's no nourishment, then how could that baby survive on its own?
What is your question again? I'm so sorry.
I'm saying that the baby can't survive, right? 1 month after it's born, it can't survive on its own.
That would be correct.
So should we kill it?
No.
So then if we shouldn't kill a baby that can't survive on its own, why do we kill a baby inside the womb that can't survive on its own?
Because the baby isn't born yet.
But there's still a human being.
I guess it depends on your definition of a human being.
And technically the baby is surviving. They're in the womb. They move around. They listen to things. You always see them kicking. They're surviving on their own in the womb. We should just take their life?
Absolutely.
I don't understand how that's not murder then. Because 9 months, 6 months, 5 months, what's the difference?
Sorry, what was your question again?
I'm just saying, how is it not murder?
I didn't say, oh, well, hold on. It's not murder because it's not a full human being.
Well, it's not a full human being at 1 month old. It's still a baby.
Yeah, but that thing is outside of the womb. Birth has been given to it.
So being
It's got a name at that point.
So being a full human being, babies get named before they get birthed out. So it's a full human.
People.
But they still do it. But it's a full human. So it's a full human being based on location.
No.
So then I don't understand your point then. That we should take the life of an unborn baby in the womb, but not the 1 month old outside the womb that still can't survive on its own.
Personally, I'm like all about that.
All about what?
All about taking that baby out whenever.
So then what's the point of even arguing against late term abortion if you're okay with it whenever?
There was no argument, honestly.
You just want to take the life of a baby just because you just want to?
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, I appreciate you talking to me, man. I appreciate it. Did you have anything you want to say?
I do. I'd love to chime in.
Yeah. Well, so real quick.
How you doing, man?
Doing well.
My name's
Real quick.
Jason.
Let me just get you in the frame real quick. Let me just make sure. So my topic is why women vote. I'm just trying to understand, like, why do people think women vote? What's the most important issues that women vote on? But what was your particular question that you had?
I guess I was chiming in on the particular abortion issue where you were referring to, like, I guess you proposed the question of, like, what makes a life, right?
Yeah.
I guess this is a very philosophical question, and a lot of it depends on who you are as a person. But I think, to me, the way I define life is like once you're conceived, you have consciousness. Consciousness defines us as human beings. Our ability to articulate, our ability to communicate with one another, it's very uniquely human. You don't do that as an infant or as a child in a womb. And I think a larger point is people like to say, like, oh, once the baby is conceived, the egg and the sperm is joined together, it is a life. I argue that in the human body, there are a lot of other microorganisms, biomes in our system that contribute to us as human beings. We don't consider that as life outside of us. We freely, do things that harm our body all the time. We don't talk about like us killing the brain cells that is a part of us. like that is the personal freedom that we have allotted to individuals to figure out what you do to your body is your choice. So with that kind of notion being carried forward, I would like to challenge, like, why is a woman's body and her freedom to choose what she does with it anyone else's business? I believe. I think that during COVID, a slogan came up, "My body, my choice." I really like that slogan. I think we should follow that, and we should take that mentality, and we should apply it to this situation particularly.
Yeah. You said your question that you said was why should we care about what a woman does with her body?
Sorry? No, that's I was answering your question in terms of like abortion, right?
Yeah, but you just asked the question. You said that you wanted to know why do we care about what a woman does with her body, right?
Not particularly why we should care about what women should do with their body, more so why should we care what other people do with other people's body, in a sense where you wearing a mask versus me wearing a mask, that's an individual freedom. And I've heard an argument of like, if you want to put a vaccine in my body, that's my right to not want you to do a medical operation onto me. Having someone force you to go through a full term carry, that is, without your consent, that is forcing a medical procedure onto your body because it changes your body irreversibly.
Yes.
Physiologically, physically, you see it's a difference. So yeah, I hopefully that answers.
So what is your question in particular?
I was answering your question in terms of abortion. It wasn't me. I wasn't stating a question. Yeah. I was making a
you were answering my question. But I'm curious to know, like, since you answered my question, now what is, like, do you have like a question you want to ask me about particular?
Yeah, I do. I guess, why are we questioning? I suppose, like, what is your point in asking about people's rights and abortion rights? Like,
well, that was you gotta forgive me. I'm male or female? I'm not sure. I can't tell behind the mask. Are you male or female?
You can.
I can't.
What are your pronouns? That's an easy way to do it.
I mean, I'm just asking. I have no idea. You have a mask on, so I can't.
It's okay. Language is hard. English is hard. I get it. I had to study it myself.
I'm not saying it's hard. I'm just saying you have a mask on. I don't know who you are there with a mask on, so I'm not sure. You said you're a woman? Okay. Well, that was your position was about women's rights. So I was talking about his position. That's why I was asking the questions about.
Miss, you just asked someone what their preferred name is?
Well, that was your position, right? Women's rights was your position?
That's not the point. Anyways,
I'm answering your question.
Yeah. Okay.
The reason why abortion got brought up because that was your position about women's rights to their bodies, right? Come on.
It was more about fuck them kids.
About what?
Fuck them kids. My position was more on fuck them kids.
Okay.
Well, I mean, but I'm saying, but prior to you saying that, it was about.
That was my opening position. Yeah.
Exactly. So I was questioning. What I'm sorry. I'm really just, you gotta forgive me. I'm questioning your position. I'm gonna say your. I'm really just confused. But I'm questioning your position on women's rights. That's why we was talking about the abortion thing. That's why I was challenging.
I guess my counter question. I guess my question would be you is like, why do men vote? What are some things that men value? Yeah.
So there was actually a stat that showed that it was top voters for young people, 18 I think to like 25 or something like that.
Yeah, sure.
And a lot of the men voted for economy, whereas the women voted for abortion.
Interesting.
So that's why I'm curious to kind of understand, like, what is a woman's, what is her reasoning for voting? What's the most important issue?
Sure.
I'm trying to see if, like, is abortion just the only issue, or is there other issues like the economy, immigration?
Gotcha.
What else is
I
the pressing issue?
I get the question.
Yeah.
I can't, speak for other women. I can only speak for myself. But
why can't you speak for other women?
Because I believe that not everyone's a monolith, and that we can't.
Well, you vote, right?
I vote for my own opinion.
Right.
I don't assume to speak for you because you are your own person. I assume that you have your own opinions. Hence, me not speak for other people.
But your vote can change the lifestyle of a woman.
True, but so can your vote, and so is her vote.
So then you are speaking for women by
I'm speaking
voting.
for my opinion of what I am voting for.
And your decision changes the lifestyle of a woman. So if you let's say you voted for Kamala Harris, whatever she proposes is going to change the lifestyle of a woman. So your vote is speaking for women.
Okay, that is just voting in general. What is your point to that? So
they always say that we use our voices to vote, right? Like let our voices be heard.
Sure.
So then by that theoretical, when you vote, you're speaking for women. You're saying my vote is going to change the landscape of how women operate in America.
Not necessarily. You're speaking about
How
your
does
own
your vote
opinion.
not change the landscape?
Because I don't propose legislation. When I put in a vote for a person, if I may, when you put in a vote for whether it's local or federal government, the people who, have you ever heard of like different Prop 9, Prop A, whatever?
Legislations.
Exactly.
So you're
Who
voting for
votes
legislations.
Who votes for legislation? We the people. When we vote for a representative, they're not always going to be the end all be all of the law. They propose legislation. I can vote for someone based on my opinion of thinking that that person might be benefit to me or to another person. Yes, it does affect everyone. But you can say that with anything. You can say that with anyone. Your votes as a man affect me as another man.
Yeah.
So
but I'm
it's
not
kind
the
of
one
arbitrary bringing up that point.
Well, I'm not the one saying that I can't speak for women. You said I can't speak for women,
but
because why?
Because opinions is different than actual policies. Policies and opinions are two separate things. Policy affects your day-to-day life, saying you're not allowed to do this. Like, I'll use an example. In 1883, there was the Chinese Exclusion Act, where my people were not allowed to be citizens because of our skin color. And these things are policy. It affects my day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Whereas someone who's racist might be like, you chink or whatever. That's an opinion. That doesn't like I can roll that off my shoulder.
Yes.
What I'm saying as an opinion about this particular topic doesn't actually affect legislation. Legislation is affected by the mass majority, which is you, me, her, and other people involved in the voting process. One vote isn't going to shift the Overton window over to one side or another. It's the collective, effort towards that. Right?
So you as a man can't speak for a woman, yeah?
If you want to keep straw hand,
that's what you said.
I'm saying that
I'm still in what you just said.
I'm saying that I am speaking for my own opinion.
Right. So I'm trying to steel man your position. You're saying you
you're
can't
straw manning it.
Well,
what you're saying is you're taking what my words are and you're reducing it to the most simplest form.
Well, I'm trying to clarify your position.
But nuance are important.
Yeah,
right?
I'm trying to clarify your position.
And I'm clarifying to you that's not what my nuance is. My nuance is specifically saying that opinions are different than speaking for another person.
So with those opinions, I'm asking, would you have a position of you can't speak for women because you're not a woman?
Yes, I can have an opinion about that.
Okay.
That is like how I can have a position about a tree.
Sure.
Those are opinions. But what I do isn't going to affect all trees, is it?
Yeah. Well, so this is what I'm trying to ask you.
That doesn't make sense. Your line of logic doesn't follow through, and I'm trying to break that down for you. But you keep reinstating the same question because you're trying to straw man me into a position where I didn't say I was in.
No, because you said out of your mouth that I'm not a woman, so I can't. Or you said that I can't speak for women. So I'm trying to understand. Like you said, if you say you can't speak for women, I'm trying to clarify: is that your position? Yes or no? That's all I'm trying to clarify.
Me saying that I can't speak for women is my position, and I've stated that multiple times. You keep asking the same question. I'm not sure what you're not understanding.
Yeah.
So what are you not understanding? Well, I don't speak for women because that is an opinion that I've held because I'm not a woman.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to clarify. Cool. Yeah, so you don't have an opinion on women because you're not a woman, right?
Yes, but I have opinions as a person.
Okay, so yeah, now that we got that. So if a female friend comes to you and says, hey, I have this problem, what should I do? Should I do this or should I do that? Would you give her advice on what to do and what not to do?
It depends on the relevance of that question, right?
Wherever it is. She has a problem.
No, again.
She has a problem and she's coming to you about it. Would you
nuance is so important. You cannot blanket statement she has a problem. What is her problem specifically?
Yeah.
Am I the expert in that field for me to solve that problem? If it's about finances, specifically where I'm strong at, of course I can solve that problem. You're talking about finances. But it's about personal issues where I don't have experience in. I can't speak to that. And I think that to everything, right? Like you don't want to go to a random stranger who doesn't know what they're talking about.
Sure.
Like you're not going to go to the guy on the street and be like, hey, I have this medical issue. Can you solve this for me? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Right? So I guess that's to answer your question. It depends. The nuance is important.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't think that your vote changes anything?
I think my vote has power. It like everyone else's has power. I think we all should vote as people collectively. Don't forget to vote. Register. Make sure you guys vote. It's very important. We speak with our votes, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that we should make strong claims saying that I speak for this and I speak for that. We can only speak for ourselves.
Yeah.
As I can only speak for myself. And I might misspeak every now and then, but forgive me if I do. I'm only human, as you are only human.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a lovely conversation. I hope we've had an engaging conversation.
Yeah. All good. All good. Just real quick.
Congratulations.
Who are you voting this year?
I will be voting. Yeah.
Who are you voting for?
It's a difficult conversation because I don't particularly know yet. Coming from a military
But you are
background,
voting, right?
I am voting, but
Okay.
it's not till November, my friend. I don't need to cast. I don't need
Not
to cast
that,
a ballot.
It's not that far away. Only like 2 months away. Probably less than
How
that.
much can you do in one day? A lot. 24 hours give you a lot of time.
Sure.
My point of saying is, I guess the question is it about personal freedom, or is it about the fate of our democracy? I'll leave it at that. I don't know the question. I don't know the answer to that yet.
If you had to choose, Kamala or Trump? Kamala or Trump?
If I had to choose, fuck them both.
Okay.
Because they're both garbage.
All right.
To be completely frank, one is a tested rapist. The other one puts parents into jail for having the kids' truancy.
Mm-hmm.
That's both shit. I fought for this country. I came back, and what I found was a shit show. It's bullshit. Like, I fought for democracy. Now I'm coming back, and people were getting excluded. During COVID-19, a bunch of my people, myself included, were told to go back to my country. Motherfucker, I fought for this country. Go back to where? This is all I know.
Yeah.
So, like, the racism is still there.
Well, hang on. You said that in 2020 people were saying go back to your country. Whose fault was that? Was that Trump's fault for that?
That was the Kung Flu. Did you forget?
Well,
who was making an enemy of the Asian people? I don't know.
mainstream media was for 60 days before Trump said anything.
Bro, fuck the mainstream media. I think
But your question is, because I'm not a Trump guy, but I'm saying your question is, I was asking who fault is it for COVID?
That's
and you
a
said,
very.
Hey.
So you're saying fault. So
Well,
again with that, right?
Well,
I think.
Wait.
Sure.
I was asking whose fault is it because people were saying terrible things.
Sure.
I said, whose fault is it? I said, well, is that Trump's fault? And you said, who said Kung Flu? But I'm telling you, 60 days before Trump even said China flu, Kung Flu, whatever,
Sure.
the media was calling it Wuhan, Chinese virus. They were calling that for 60 days.
So just a clarification, I hear that. With the 6-day report, right? So calling something Wuhan is the name of the thing.
Yeah.
I don't find offense to calling like San Francisco.
Yeah.
However, I do find offense when you start making fun of like Kung Flu. That's a play on
Yeah.
word. That is
But the point I'm getting at is that
I am saying that is offensive, and I'm saying that rose how much violence was done to Asian people, and I'm saying that as a.
I'm gonna push back a little bit on that because there was actually violence already done happening to Asian people. It just didn't get reported until Trump said the Kung Flu. But what the media was saying was that Trump even saying
Based on what report?
Well, I'm trying to tell you. So when Trump, before he said Kung Flu, he said it was the China virus. They said he's racist for saying China virus. When 2 months prior to that, the media was calling it Wuhan, China, all that kind of stuff. They were saying all this stuff. But no one called it racist then until Trump said it came from China. They said he's racist and then blame every single act on Asian people on Trump when it's been happening. Because the moment that the media, the moment people found out that it was a majority of black people that was hurting all these Asian people, that story went away just like that. Why they're not saying stop Asian hate no more? Because they found out who's hurting the Asians, which was black people.
So, on that note, actually, I'm glad you brought that up. I do know about the hate and the violence that's been happening just to any minority group, whether you're black, Hispanic, Asian, or even white sometimes. There's just hate.
White people are getting hurt, especially in California, especially here in Sacramento.
That's why I'm acknowledging that there's a lot of hateful violence that's going on, and I think we should just curtail the violence just as a society.
Yeah.
But on that specific note, may I finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
Saying it's from a particular country, I hear that. I hear what you're saying. I hear that the news reported on it first. They were not making jokes on the same level as someone who's laughing at other people's expense. Making a yes, was it racist? Was there bias in how they were reporting it? We certainly can analyze that and say, yes, there were. But that's just inherent to the system, right? That's inherent to how racist America is as a country sometimes.
Sure.
But when one person with the power of the presidency, we're not going to say he's not just a nobody. He's the president of the United States, the most powerful person in the world, okay? What his words have weight. The regality, the honor of the office comes with that, right?
Yeah.
And when you make jokes and make light, that's why we don't see a lot of joking presidents, a lot of funny presidents in the past, right? Because
Kamala Harris called 18 and 24-year-olds stupid, and she
not
laughed
a
about
president.
that.
She's not a president.
But she was in power.
Kamala Harris was a...
She was still in power.
What was she?
Doesn't matter. She was still in power.
Okay, if we're talking about people in power, if we were talking about people in power, there are people right now that are calling Haitian people that eat dogs and cats. Okay, so should we? I think the bar should be a little higher. I agree, but we're talking specifically presidential power.
I understand.
That's a very difference between a president and a governor, right? Yeah. I don't know what her position was. Let's assume it was relatively high, attorney general. That's still a speck in comparison to the overall office of the presidency, which has a lot of respect. And with that respect, Uncle Ben always says, come great power, comes a lot of responsibility, right?
I would agree with that. Let me ask you this though. How do you feel about Asians that didn't care about that? How do you feel about Asians that did not care that Trump said Kung Flu? How do you feel about those Asians?
I feel like, as I said...
Are they wrong?
No, they're not wrong because they're their own people.
Yeah.
Just because...
So then it's subjective then?
No, it's not... it's...
Okay, violence didn't happen because Trump said Kung Flu. That's a common misconception.
May I just to finish your line of thinking? It is subjective, but is not subjective in the sense of Asian people not caring about that doesn't cause other people to be harmed. People who listen to that racist rhetoric do harm. That's the difference.
But that would assume that people only started doing that because Trump said it, and that's actually not true. People didn't start committing violence because of what Trump said. There's no correlation with that. None whatsoever. There's no proof. There's no evidence of that even at all. Trump said something, but that didn't correlate to people doing things because of it.
You're saying that the numbers statistically are not relevant because people were not reporting it more. So I guess my question to you is, how can the number not prove the correlation when it has been an increase? Even hypothetically, right? Let's just say that it wasn't reported as much and that it's being reporting more. That's still showing an uptick. Even if the violence happened before, why are we not talking about how negative this violence is causing our society, the erosion of camaraderie, of our ability to talk?
I can tell you why.
Do tell.
Because it's controlled by a certain group of people, and I can't say because they label me anti-Semitic, but they control the media, and they put out all the propaganda for you guys to believe in. So when the media says, "Oh, violence is happening towards," well, hang on. Well, I can't say because YouTube would ban me. But the thing is, let's just say it's a small group of people, right? But the point is that when the media says this is happening to this group because Trump said this, there is no proof. And I'm not even a Trump guy, but there's just no proof, no evidence, no nothing that there's correlation to the violence because of what Trump said. Do you know what I mean?
But there is proof when there are stories where the manifestos of shooters are saying, I follow Trump, Donald J. Trump. I don't recall the specific name. If you have an email, I can forward the article to you. I will happily share.
My YouTube is Today with Julius, so all the information, all the information is on there.
For sure. I will DM you the info because there is. To say there is
I'm trying to think which shooter that was. Which shooter said they was following Trump, and when did that happen? And like, what exactly did they say?
How many people? How many shootings have happened over the last year?
A lot of them have been leftists.
You clearly have not been looking at the data.
I have though.
There's one transgender shooter, and the rest has been alt-right. Okay,
not really.
What data are you referencing? I'm referencing the national. Okay, may I? National Homeland of Security. I can pull up the data and I can reference the exact chart that I'm talking about. Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about all the shooters that's been happening recently. A lot of them have been, like for example, what's her name? Audrey something, the chick in Nashville.
So the one transgender person that I mentioned just earlier. Okay, who's next?
Yeah, and then wasn't there a shooting just recently, like a school shooting recently? And who was that person?
The fact that you can't recall the person's...
But my point... But help me out, though. But help me out so we can have this conversation.
The fact that you don't know is
help me out.
I can't help making your point.
I'm black and slow, so help me out here.
My friend, I can't make your point for you. The fact, if you don't have the
No,
information,
I'm not saying
the
make my point. I'm saying help me just jog my memory. I'm black and slow, so just help me jog my memory.
I'm going to be frank with you. I don't have that information on the top of my head, as you don't. But if I recall, I believe he was a high school shooter that I don't remember his manifesto. I can't remember his name either. But it was a male school shooter. That's why.
They were a Trump supporter.
Huh?
They were a Trump supporter.
I can't recall that specifically, but I do recall on top of my mind.
How many shooters were Trump supporters recently? Like the past 4 years?
Oh fuck, that'd be a great statistic. I can compile that for you. I don't know the number on top of my head, but I can do it for you.
Because you made the claim that there were a lot of shooters were Trump supporters.
I think over 65% guaranteed. I can speak with a confident, without. You can back me up on this on stats, right? National Homeland Security. Check that .gov. At least 65% has been alt-right supporters, specifically saying Donald Trump was their motivator, their guy who essentially instigated them to do this. God, what is it? I think the Texas Uvalde shooting in Texas in Uvalde. A bunch of kids got fucking murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Trump supporter. You know what the cops did? They tased the parents for trying to rescue their own kids.
Yeah, that was negligence on the cops. But it's not Trump's fault. Like, what rhetoric did Trump say to make a person go do that?
Mexicans are shitholes, all those things. I'm paraphrasing, of course.
Well, he didn't say that, actually. When he talked about Mexicans, he was saying that there were some who come to this country who are good.
Can I just say paraphrasing?
Well, I'm giving you his actual quote.
Okay.
His actual quote was, when Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're bringing crime, they're bringing drugs, they're
rapists,
I
killers.
can't say the R word on YouTube.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
They're essayers, but there are some I assume are good people. That was his quote.
Sure.
So he assumed that they were good people.
I guess what I don't understand is,
as a matter of fact, Trump held a Hispanic Heritage Month at the White House for Hispanics.
Have you ever heard the term pandering?
No, both Republicans and Democrats pander, but I'm saying that if you're associating like, oh, this person said that they supported Trump, well, what was the rhetoric Trump said? He said, well, his thing about Mexicans. Well, he said that he assumes they're good people. He held a Hispanic Heritage Foundation month at the White House. So what exactly was the pander to make a person?
The pander right here is.
You said Mexicans.
Right. The pandering here is how your focus on just that sentence alone. I'm going to break the structure down.
I asked you a question. You gave me an answer.
I'm breaking down
that answer.
I'm breaking down what you're saying. Your focus was mainly on how Trump is saying there's some good people, but you jumped over the part where he says they're, R word and, sexual, whatever.
But
you're
wait.
Woefully neglecting
wait. But no, I didn't. Are you assuming that there are not people that come across this border that's essayers? Are you assuming that that's not happening? Because actually during Barack Obama's administration, that was happening.
How did I say this?
At an astronomical rate. Women were being sex trafficked by the cartels from Mexico.
And who set up the cartel, supplied them with weapons?
This is during the Barack Obama's administration.
Right. But who set up the cartels before the Barack Obama administration to give them the power in the first place? The CIA.
Sure. But what I'm saying,
we're arguing over the semantics of who's at fault, when the reality is America put our sticky little fingers.
I'm going off of what you said, though.
I asked you, replying to your saying.
I asked you, what was the rhetoric that Trump said? You said, Mexicans. That's what you said. So
I paraphrased.
And I gave you the correct. You paraphrased. I gave you the direct quote. The correct indirect quote.
I'm glad you did. And within your direct quote, it also highlighted the part where you wanted to highlight, which is where he said there was nice people.
Both. I gave you the direct quote.
Okay.
I literally did.
Shall we agree to disagree?
No, because I'm sorry, but I gotta push back.
Okay.
I gave you the direct quote that he said, yes, there are essayers, but there are some that he assumes are good people. So he's not calling all of them essayers to provoke somebody to go shoot some kids. That's not, again, no correlation whatsoever. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You're correlating Trump's rhetoric to people shooting, but you can't provide me anything Trump said that made somebody go and shoot some people.
I'm correlating the fact that he has oftentimes said, and I quote, I have a very specific quote in mind for me to prove my point.
I would love to hear it.
January 6th, he told everyone to come to the Capitol and to riot against the decision. He called for people into violence and arms to say this institution that we're taking place in is incorrect. It's difficult for me. You're asking me to give you direct quote an example of how horrible that person is.
And you give me January 6th.
When I'm having such a difficult time in actually being at awe at your ignorance to his own rhetoric. Like,
Wait,
I have
hold
so
on, hold
I
on.
have s-
You
I can
just-
pull
you
I
just
can pull
quoted-
up.
Well, hang on. You just quoted January 6th. You assume that I
I'm
was
moving on from the January
Wait, hang
6th.
on, but hold on. But there's something I have to say about that because you told me that I was skipping over the fact that Trump said they were essayers, but you skipped over the fact that Trump said peacefully and patriotically, let your voice be heard. I didn't hear you say that part. Why'd you skip over that part? Why'd you skip over it? He said that too. You're not acknowledging that he said that.
did
So
say
how,
that, huh?
how does that rhetoric make people go do things if you
That's
say
so
it
interesting.
peacefully and
He
patriotically?
also told them to take down his own VP. That's so crazy. So
But he didn't tell them
him
to go
saying-
hurt Mike Pence.
Yes, he did. He said get Mike Pence.
Did he say hurt Mike
He
Pence?
said hang Mike Pence.
He said hang. He used the word hang.
Bro.
Did he use the word hang?
Okay.
Did he use the word hang?
I'm not gonna stand here and argue about.
Because he
some-
did. He did. So,
You're-
but
you're-
this is the point I'm talking about. If you're going to acknowledge that let's say he did say that.
Sure.
Let's say I concede to that.
Sure.
If he even did say that,
Okay.
why would you still skip over the fact that he said peacefully and patriotic, but then get on me for saying I'm skipping the essayers, even though he said there's some good people? Aren't you being a little hypocrite? Just a little
You
bit.
know what? I will concede that is bias on my part because I guess for me, when I see actual violence being done, it's very difficult for me to have a very fair debate that we're having, a discussion, right?
Which is totally fine, man.
Which is great.
No ill will towards me.
Of course, and I love that we're able to converse and have a very cordial conversation. I think that's the important part about America, right? Being able to have
Absolutely.
open dialogue. But I guess for me to fully come prepared with all the evidence to show you the receipt, have you ever, I will give you an analogy so you can kind of understand where I'm coming from. When you have so much example, so much information, it's kind of an overload to the point where you're like, I know inherently this is negative. There's so many examples. You want me to point to exactly just one shitty instances. It's going to give me some time to actually do the preparation to do that.
I understand.
Because we are not perfect human beings.
I understand that.
But the guttural feeling you remember from the visceral reaction of that that sticks with you. That feeling of, wow, that's extremely fucked up. You're a fucked up person for saying that. You don't remember exactly what they say, of course, but you remember the feeling of it.
Yeah.
And I will attest, I wish I had better evidence in terms of data to provide for us to have a more beneficial, fruitful conversation. But unfortunately, at this moment, I don't.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
it's okay.
I'm not the brightest bulb in the pack, so it's okay.
Hey, it's cool. We had a good conversation.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I appreciate you, man.
Take it easy, bro. You
Yeah.
too.
Like I said, I'm on Today with Julius at YouTube. You can watch this back and have a little fun with it.
Hey,
if you want to talk about me, that's fine.
Alright, cool.
I appreciate you, man. God bless, right? Hey, cool skateboard, though.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it,
All right, man. Be easy.
Take it easy.
All right. Let me see where my battery's at. Ooh, 28%. Okay, I got to go ahead and get going. My phone about to die, and it's in the heat. So, good exchange. Appreciate him for talking to me. God bless him, God bless his family, all that good stuff. So, I'm going to get out of here, guys. My phone's about to die. Yeah. Hi. What do you think?
Why women vote?
Yeah.
Why do men vote? We all do.
Well, that's doing the. You're asking about men, but I'm trying to figure out about women. I already know why men vote, but I'm asking about women because it seems like a common misconception that people have about women that I'm trying to understand and kind of get. So, for example, there was a poll that came out, and the poll showed that top voters between 18 and 25, men vote for economy. That's the most top issue, whereas women it's abortion. And I'm trying to figure out why that is. Why is abortion the important issue, but not the economy, not immigration, not inflation?
So you can't understand why
You want to come in here? I'll be curious to hear your perspective.
bodily autonomy.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't even have basic bodily autonomy,
Yeah.
then why would you care about the economy as much as you do about that? If you're still fighting for your basic human rights,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have time as much to worry about economy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Obviously, the economy is still important. Obviously, that's still on our mind. Obviously, women still do.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
the fact that you can grasp it is already such a large disconnect that
Oh, I could totally grasp it. I was just gonna ask, how about the unborn babies who have no bodily autonomy? We gotta fight for them too, right? All right. No? Okay. I guess no rights for unborn. Well, anyways, all right. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. My phone's on 28%. So I'm gonna get out of here, charge my phone up, and go get some water because I am thirsty. But appreciate you guys for watching. Do hit that like button. Make sure you guys hit subscribe. Appreciate all you guys. Julie, I see you in here. Who's that? I can't see. The sun's blocking my way. Jacinia, Nick, appreciate you guys. Jerry, all you guys, appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, comment below what you guys think about today's stream. I thought we had some great conversations. Definitely I'm going to post some clips for sure, so I'll get on that right away. So appreciate you guys. God bless, have a good one, and I'll see you on the next one. All right guys, take it easy.